This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
When buying or selling your home, call Leo Bato. He has years of experience in real estate, showing honesty and integrity in every transaction. He's a person you can definitely trust. So book your appointment with Leo Bato today by giving him a call at 818-648-4837 or by visiting him on the web at www.leobato.realtor.
This episode is brought to you by ABBA E-Services.
And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big round of applause, Cimonti! Finally, Jonas!
Finally. Happy birthday.
Okay, thank you. Diyan ako po si Scott Alexander nung binati ka niya ng happy birthday.
Nabinati ko rin na happy birthday.
Ayun, no. Ibang klase ka talaga. Guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Ramel.
What do you play?
I play bass.
Okay, Ramel plays
I'm John C. I play guitar and do backup vocals.
Janzi.
I'm Jerry.
Jerry.
I play with the mic.
My name's Henry. I play drums.
So si Henry, si Jerry, si John C, at saka si Romel. Okay. So si Henry plays the drums.
Yes.
Okay. And then si Jerry sings.
Yep.
Si John C
Plays the guitar.
guitars. Si Romel.
Plays the bass.
And you play the guitars too.
I play the second guitar.
Why not the first guitar?
We play guitar. We both play guitar.
So who plays first guitar? Kasi sa akin, second guitar.
I mean, nobody plays second or first. We do both
So
guitars.
bakit mo sinabing second guitar?
I try to be modest.
So humble, bro.
I'm trying to be modest.
Go for the kill, eh, no?
Exactly.
Thank you sa
Yep.
Cimonti na
Merch.
na merch. Magkano to?
Magkano?
Jerry?
30.
30 bucks.
It was $3
Zero.
for you. $3.
Zero for you, of course.
Oh, thank you.
Zero for
But it's available on your
On website.
It certainly is.
Okay, bakit Cimonti? Who wants to answer that?
I'll let the person that invited me to be part of Cimonti say that. Here. Oh.
Ikaw ba, Jerry? Did you start the band?
Meng, did you start?
So si Romel, Meng ang nickname.
Meng ang nickname.
Okay, doon tayo
Si
sa Meng.
Meng.
Si Meng, si John C, si Jerry, at saka si Henry.
Henry, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Meg.
The inception.
Yeah. So one time,
Speak close to the mic, ha?
yeah.
Tama ba sinabi ko? Ganun.
Yeah.
Nag-attend
Blow
kami,
it!
Nag-attend kami ng baptism of a friend. Nagbabanda rin yung parents.
Tapos,
Parang yung wife ko pabiro lang siya. Uy, banda na kayo.
Ganun, yeah.
Tapos parang
kayong dalawa ni Jerry.
Jonas,
Jonas.
Jerry and me.
Okay.
And then nagkatinginan na. O nga, no?
Pero were you guys in other bands?
Yes. Ang nangyari kasi, yung all of us are came from all different bands which are all friends together dun sa DNP side. So we were all friends. We met them like a long time ago, like 15 years ago.
I was 14, 15 years old when I met these guys.
2006.
Si Makoy pa yung drummer nun.
No, wala pa. This is way before Makoy. Way
Oh,
before
shoot.
everybody. Yes.
Wow.
We just got out of high school.
Wow.
This is way before. And then, yun nga, yung baptism na pinunta namin, which is also a bandmate, a band friend, na gano'n, tapos na joke kami, uy, ba't di kayo banda na, ganyan. Kasi nangyari kasi, there was a point na nagkaroon na ng mga family, kanya-kanya, nagkaroon na anak, so, may mga banda rin na nagwatak-watak, ganyan, and whatnot. Tapos pero ano pa rin, close-knit pa rin. Pagka may party, inuman, ganyan. Kami rin nag-iimbitahan. Kami rin kung magkakantahan, gitara, ganyan. Something. Tapos, yung isang binyag nga, sabi niya, uy, parang banda na to, ganyan. And then, pag-usapan din, tara, tunay natin, ganyan. Tapos, nag-inuman, ganyan, na tinawagan namin ito. Sabi, uy, wala kami makitang gitarista. Ganyan.
Eh, ikaw?
Hindi, ako na yung nagigitara noon. Isa pa namin. Kailangan pa namin isa. So, parang, kasi gusto namin like 5 keys, at least 5 keys.
Bakit hindi keyboardista, Jonas?
I don't know. Wala kaming Meron ba tayong kilalang keyboardista na maayos? Or anybody? Bago pa to kay Rick Mar. Bago pa kay Rick Mar.
He plays drums now.
Oh, he plays drums
he's
now.
a drummer now.
Umiyak
Okay,
ka kanina.
okay, John C. When John, who approached you? Si Meng, si Jerry, or si Jonas?
So I don't really know what I was doing. Pero si Jerry nag-slid sa DMs ko. Sabi niya.
Hey.
Hey,
He slid into my DMs. Sabi niya, you wanna use your fingers with the guitar?
hey.
The guitar specifically.
With the guitar specifically. And I'm just like, yes. Around that time,
With that tone,
I
right?
like that was in my head. Like yes. So parang at that time, I was with Henry. We were in this Christian worship band. We were called Since Day One. But before that one, we were in a metal band. Same with Henry as well. He was the drummer.
Magpinsan pala to.
Magpipinsan kami.
How, cousins?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Matagal na.
since
Since high school.
So around like yeah. So we were cousins for actually here's a fun fact. Airpods namin mag-twins.
Whoa! So first cousins kayong dalawa.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
So I was already preoccupied with doing the Christian rock band and with our old band. It's called Neurojock. We were a metal band.
Okay.
It was kind of like life kind of happened basically. I was doing my own thing. The other members are doing their own thing. So out of the blue.
hiatus yung metal band.
You can say that,
Okay.
yeah. And then out of nowhere, he just reached out
Jerry.
to me, and I was a little bit of a conflicted. I was just like, I don't know, I'm kind of in a band right now, and I started thinking like, well, that's more for service rather than like a passion.
Or that's you justifying leaving and not leaving. Pwede rin ganon.
I was very conflicted basically. So yung best friend ko, I'm gonna give him a shout out. His name is Brian. He did merch.
Shout out, Brian.
So he did merch for us today. I mean, yesterday and the day before.
Okay.
I was kind of like consulting, like, hey man, like I don't know what to do. Like these great guys are telling me to just join them, and he was like, you don't want to regret anything. Simple words.
Sarap eh, no?
And then I was just like, you know what? I mean, pwede magmurad.
Yeah.
Sabi niya, fuck it, let's go. So next thing you know, I was like, yeah, what's the deal? What do you want me to do? Sabi niya, each members will bring one song for us to cover. And I learned the song he wanted to cover. They learned the song I want to cover. Same with Meng, same with Jonas, and our previous drummer Deo had this all other song too. So after about, I might be around the timeline, maybe 2 weeks of learning those covers,
Something like that.
we've met up for the first time and nag-click lang.
When you were in this metal band, were you with another guitar player or was it just you?
We're a band of cousins.
We're a band of cousins. Yung
His
basista
brother and then another first
yeah.
cousin.
So were you the only guitar player?
You can say I was the other guitar player, and there was another guitar player as well.
What's the hell? What's up with you? The second guitar player, the other guitar player.
Eh, kasi meron dati tayo may notion na may lead guitar and then the rhythm
Sino ba lead guitar sa inyo?
Kasi sa amin, we do
We
our
trade
own parts. Kaya yun ngayon nangyari dun
So
sa...
you do your own parts. Nag-uusap ba kayong dalawa kung sino?
Oh yeah, of course.
I can answer that actually. So
sige.
the way we build the band is we're all equal, right?
Yes.
So there's no guitar one, there's no guitar two, there's only guitars.
Kita mo?
Like I said,
Ka ni Jerry?
I'm trying to be modest.
But they both do different things. He does something else. He does something else. So it's not the same thing that they do.
And you guys are both. I'm messing with you because you're a very good guitar player.
Oh,
Okay.
salamat.
When you guys talk about this, and the reason why I want to talk about both of you and amplify both of you, because no ego. Drummers are giving people, and ayan si Reese. All the drummers are.
I don't know about...
No, when it comes to no, Henry, when it comes to the music, right? We're all, how'd you do that? Oh, it's like this, it's like that, right? Guitar player is different breed.
Well, I mean, sa amin naman dalawa, may naisip ako sa riff na sa song na to.
And normally, sinasagot ng isa, oh, talaga, mas maganda ako naisip.
No, kami man hindi. Talaga, anong, like, for example, ako, kasi si John C kasi magaling sa melody.
Right.
Sa melody na part. So, may maisip akong riff, like, medyo lead part na riff. Oh, you want me to put something on top of it?
Galing.
Ganyan. Tapos, may bago ko naisip. Sige, dagdag. Gusto mo akong gumawa yan. Tapos, may gawin mo tong ganun part na to. Ganun kami, nag-exchange kami ng ideas.
And this is nice, right? Because
Very democratic kami. We just want to discuss.
Or minsan
it.
kahit sila yung ibang team, yung bandmate namin, may naisip akong magandang part na to sa gitara. This would look good. This would sound good on this part. Do it this way. It's like chug, more chugs on this. Or like Henry, like I said, they're both from a metal band.
yeah.
Chug here, chug there. It was like, it sounds so good. Tapos mapapabigat din itong part na to. Tapos, and then paggagawa pa yung, dito masarap yung may headbang yung mga tao dito. Parang gano'n. Ganun yung mga ano namin. Hindi kami yung, mas maganda to sa ginawa mo. Parang, or, katulad yung kanina pinag-usapan namin, pagka may bago idea, sige, tingnan mo, pag-uusapan namin, tapos titingnan namin kung kasha. Pag hindi kasha, sige, setback muna natin, hanap tayo ng ibang idea. Parang ganun. With everybody's approval or agreement and everything.
Nice, no? Galing, no? Meng, ikaw naman, like, halimbawa nag-uusap sila, si John C. at saka si Jonas, right? Nag-uusap sila about what to do with their guitar parts. Ikaw naman, what do you normally do? How do you observe the conversation and
Kasi iba-iba yung, like, I think every song namin, iba-iba yung dynamics eh. So, sometimes, riff muna, guitar riff. Minsan, gumagawa ako ng template na buo na. Or minsan si Henry, he brings in a whole song with vocals and all. So, every song is different, I think. Pero as far as yung communication nila, very respectful. Tapos ako, the way, kasi pag bass, you just want to lock in sa drummer.
Galing.
So I think,
ang ganda ng keyword niya, very respectful. And observing you guys outside, as in, that's how I perceive it eh. Now, ikaw naman, Jerry, as the front man of the band, right? And these are all, they can really play. I was listening to the songs on Spotify. You guys can really kick a lot of ass, okay?
These guys kick ass.
Yun na nga.
I'm being carried by these guys.
Pero you carry it well for them as well, di ba? Pero pressure yun. Because kung alam mong ikaw ang nagdadala, then that's fine, di ba? Kumbaga parang, ako nagdadala sa inyo.
Yeah.
Pero all of you have to play your A game eh.
Right.
Di ba? For you naman, syempre, ang instrumento mo is your voice.
Right.
Ang riff is daliri yan or pulso yan and all that. But ikaw, your voice. Have they suggested something to you na ikaw mismo nasasabi mo sa sarili mo na, oh no, medyo I'll try, but that's hard. How do you go about those kinds of things?
I am very open to actually like ideas from everyone. Like very recently when Henry joined, we were working on a new song. I have to speak in English because si Henry, he's having a hard time understanding.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So very recently, we came up with a song, and I did my melody and lyrics, and then I submitted it to the band. We did a demo. Henry brought out some ideas where we could improve, and he recorded his own take on the song, and I took in the idea of what he did. So I take whatever they give me because I like getting ideas from everyone. That's how I envision writing a song. It's being written by the entire member of the
Nice, no?
the team.
Henry, you're a multi-instrumentalist.
Yes. So I started playing as a drummer, but I really hated lugging drums. So
Right?
I became a guitarist, and then I sang. So I sing for Since Day One, this band I have with John and my other cousins. And I did that for, 8 years now. And these guys just invited me last Halloween to fill in for Cimonti. And that very same day, I met Batas and talked about, oh, hey, this is what's happening in May. Overwhelmed. I was very, very overwhelmed. And then these guys came up to me all collectively like a proposal, like, we need you to be in this band. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm there.
So there, Henry, you hate lugging drums. So do I. It sucks, right?
Yeah.
Especially as you get older, your fingers, you have to turn those knobs, and during the winter time they hurt.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So you're doing guitars, you're doing vocals. They ganged up on you. What what was the straw that broke the camel's back for you to get off the fence and start playing drums again?
My kid was old enough for me to be away. At first, this question was proposed, but my daughter's a newborn, and I couldn't leave. And I don't know, this is like the golden hour. I can be out now. I can do this. She's old enough to be with mom and enjoy the world. So, and I miss this type of writing where everybody's collectively putting their A game in, and I love that. I vibe.
And you
off
don't
that
mind being
hard.
the drummer?
No, not at all. I love playing drums. It's my first passion. So I'll stick to it.
Nice. You played with McCoy before,
Yeah, for about 2 years.
and now you're playing with Henry. I'm not gonna ask you to compare, but I want to know. You
Andito siya. Ayun siya.
kaya nga sabi ko, I'm not gonna ask you to compare. Alam ko na dyan si McCoy. Let's cut to the chase. McCoy, gusto mo join?
Tara, halika rito. Max, halika rito. Mahiyain eh. Tara Max, halika rito.
So nung nawala si McCoy, and ito na yung sinasabi ko nga kanina, before you joined the band, like I was having a conversation with Jonas, and Jonas would actually express how good McCoy is, right? And sinabi mo kanina, Meng actually said that, you know, they could talk about riff all day long. My gig is to just lock in with the drummer, right? For 2 years, you were locking on with McCoy, who's a good drummer. And then Henry comes along, who is a good drummer, right? But my question is in regard to essence. Because drummers play a big part in the essence of the band. It could change the vibe of the band. Yeah. It could keep the vibe of the band. Mm-hmm. And at this point, you're at a crossroad to actually change it, maintain it, or take it to a different intensity. Mm-hmm. But what was your take? What was the conversation like with Henry? And what was the vibe like being the other half of the foundation of the band?
Well, I'd like to start the question by saying I'm the luckiest bassist in the world. Right? Yeah. Imagine now, like for a few years.
Speak louder.
For a few years, I had McCoy as the drummer.
Yeah.
And
Before that, it's Deo too, right?
yeah, and you have Deo.
Lucky indeed.
Lucky.
So
You're surrounded with drummers, man.
yeah. And then now we have Henry. And I don't know, parang madali lang talaga for me kasi parang ewan ko yung chemistry lang talaga kasi it starts with friendship tas parang yung mga gusto naming songs is pareho naman. So parang seamless. One jam lang talaga with Henry from McCoy. Yun na yan eh.
Is Meng really soft-spoken like this?
Nahiya lang yan, Diyos ko.
I think we need to get him drunk.
Oh, we need to get him drunk.
Yes.
We need to
I
get him drunk.
mean, because I'm like, how do you? Because all four of
I was
you.
trying to avoid that, pare.
Oh my god! Because all four of you can really talk, right? And if Meng's like, can we change this part just one time, just a little bit? No, hindi ka ganyan talaga magsalita.
He's just being put on the spot.
He is shy.
He's very shy.
Jerry, but Cimonti. Is it Cimonti?
Yeah,
Cimonti?
Chimonti. Yeah,
Okay,
Chimonti.
why?
Oh, well. It's a play on word Cimonti. Kasi Monty, we got Monty from Monty of Mayonnaise. And we had a friend who always talks about Monty because he was friends with Monty. At that time, we didn't have any idea who Monty was. Mm-hmm. And he always brings this person up. So we just to move the conversation along, we just said, "Oh yeah, Monty, right?" So every time he would mention someone that we don't know, we would just say, "Oh yeah, Cimonti, yeah." And then
Kahit sino maisip namin, if we have somebody that we could not remember, Cimonti. It was like an inside joke.
That's how Cimonti came about.
So
and then we just made it fancy. Cimonti.
Cimonti.
Yeah.
Kaya may kasama pang
May
ganun.
kasama
Right,
ganun.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who writes the songs?
What do you
Mainly-
mean by the song? Because there's like different.
Right. So
Yeah.
who
Aspect
comes
to
in?
that.
Who comes in with the idea of the song?
Well,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So first, there will be templates. So it depends who would write the template. Mostly from the beginning, the templates would be written by Romel, and I would add the melody and the lyrics.
This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
When we started,
When you say template, what does that mean?
like a finished music with no lyrics
nothing.
or melody.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then we would build upon that and change it up depending on what everyone's idea or like suggestion, and it'll evolve from there. That's
So-
how we.
I'm gonna ask a sensitive question, ha? So ngayon, may template, galing kay Meng, lalagyan ni Jerry ng
Lyrics.
melody at saka lyrics. That's arrangement right there. Melody and lyrics is actually the music and the lyrics. Where does that leave you, Jonas, John C., and Henry in terms of payout? Pagdating ng partihan sa royalties.
Royalties as far as like how like anong klaseng royalties, but I mean kami naman pagka katulad ng sinabi namin, we put in all our own ideas kahit sabihin natin na natapos na yung kanta. We always ano ba yun, nangyayari kasi when he makes the template, it's just a template. We make it as just a template, and then we still have a lot of time or a lot of ideas that we can still put. The majority of our templates, like actually almost all of our templates that they created, never sounded the same right at the present.
Correct.
Talagang iba. Sobrang evolve.
So that's an arrangement.
It's an arrangement. It's like maybe it could be like this. So ito may normally nangyayari chorus verse tapos and then nangyayari at the end the final one. Hanggang ngayon I think we still have some songs that we play out that we still think that it still could evolve.
Okay.
That may not sound the same way as with what somebody else started, like he started or whoever started it.
The reason why I'm asking, this podcast is meant to inspire and to inform everybody. And bands do break up with regard to royalties, diba? So when I hear template, I'm like, I have to make sure what template is. Because in record label speak, music and lyrics is what goes to the National Library. That's what you copyright. A riff, if you create a riff, let's say Sweet Child of Mine, the riff created by Slash is part of the song because that's part of the song. You could actually copyright that whole riff because that's a hook and a melody to the part, right? So, did you guys talk about how the payout is going to be?
We actually did.
What is it?
Yeah,
If you don't mind.
It's evenly distributed.
Galing.
We're like.
So regardless of who made what,
yeah, it's going to
everything
be
was written by
evenly-
the five of you.
Yes.
Right. It's written by Cimonti.
Ganda.
There's no individual person. I mean, that's
Yeah, kasi
Yeah.
like yung template, even if I completed the template, hindi ko naman magagawa yun without thinking what would Jonas do or what would John C do.
Ang galing.
So yung nasa mind frame ko is the whole band. So hindi may invento yung song without thinking of them eh. So it's still the end saka yung final product nun will not sound like
Like
that.
what you envisioned it.
Yeah.
Sobrang iba.
yeah.
Yung
So I-
evolution talaga sobrang
Yeah, yeah.
layo.
And this is where you guys come in as a band talaga cohesively, right? What's your take on this? Because the reason why I'm asking, remember, you were a front man of another band. So
Right.
being in front, the dynamics are changing with you because now you have to go all the way to the back. With the band that you had with John C., there was a certain parameter that you guys went.
Yeah, I mean, I was comfortable as a drummer in the past. I'm still comfortable as a drummer today. I don't mind it all too much. The pandemic. I spent most of that, like most people, at home, locked in my basement, and I was able to complete pretty much like a full length album, and I gave this to Cimonti. So we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do, but a full length album it's already there.
So you guys are here right now in Los Angeles. And I remember you talking about this months and months ago that you guys are coming over. This
Yun
is
yung pag-usapan nyo na when we talk to him, and it's because of this guy right here. That's why we're here. Thanks to this guy right here.
Toggle
Thanks to Toggle
switch.
Manager of the year. Manager of the year.
Toggle switch.
Thi-
And McCoy.
And McCoy.
And McCoy.
Engineer of the century.
There it is.
What's the goal? What's the goal?
What's the goal?
Because there has to be a headline show, right? There has to be. You guys are not going to be up and coming for a long, long time, right? What's the goal, guys?
Well, in the beginning, it's just a hobby.
Right. It's
That
not
evolved
a,
into
yeah.
a serious hobby, and now the next step is to get signed, and hopefully we are closer to that point. I don't know if we can disclose it yet, but hopefully we'd be able to disclose that
Nice.
soon.
We'll announce it soon.
Yeah, we have a lot of we have plenty of stuff done in the background that we're ready to share to the world. But it's just a matter of time.
What makes I know what makes you guys different, right? But let's make it easy for the listeners and the viewers. Sure. John C. John C.
John C.
John C.
John Chai.
What makes it different? What makes it different being in Cimonti?
So when I was in a metal band with Henry, I was the lead writer, and Henry, and once I have said riff, I actually give it to Henry. So we're kind of like lead co-writers. That was when I was in high school. So young mind. When you mentioned about egos, my ego was. I didn't want to admit it. And I was just like, oh, I wrote a riff, and somebody else wrote it, like, that's trash. And then, but I was young and I was stupid. And then the metal band was kind of just, it was fun until adulting happened, and then people started doing their own thing. We went on a hiatus, and Henry after said hiatus, like Henry reinvited us to play music again, which is since day one. Funny enough, he was the drummer, and now he ended up being like the front person.
Right. And you were still the guitar player.
And I was still the guitar player. I
Since
stayed
day
the
one,
same.
yeah.
I did the same position. I do backup vocals from previously up until today. And then now that I'm in Cimonti, what's different was I tried to listen more, because before I did not want to listen. And now the parts that I've been doing, I tend to get the piece of the entire template last. And then since I have a melodic mindset, like I like to sing, most likely like by myself. So the way once I receive the template, I would think of it as like, all right, how am I gonna sing this, but on the guitar?
Yeah.
And then I'll just, once I have the product, I give it back to them, and I just tell them like, what do you guys think? And then it's either no comment, which is always good. With comment, we'd be like, all right, let's fix that. I'm like, all right, cool. I have
You're okay with that? If your bandmates say, let's fix that.
Now I am. Talk to me in high school. No. I have a problem of trying to be super technical at what I do. And then they just humble me like, you can just tone that down. And actually, when you tone it down, it's more digestible. And then they'll just like, oh, it's actually more present, rather than doing some crazy technical things that apply to like a niche, like some ears, like super progressive. It's cool to like that niche crowd, right? But we also want to approach it to everybody rather than that specific crowd. So
No?
I try to go way up there, but they bring me down. Not in a negative way. It's more of like in the same level, because I also want to be in the same wavelength with
exactly.
everybody. You know, it's a band. It's not just no I in band.
How does this translate in everyday life?
So I definitely want to do music full time. That's the goal.
No, I mean the listening part, the toning it down.
Oh, it's-
those are attributes that
Life really did happen. You know, like I guess in the personal standpoint. I mean,
did it help.
It did. My previous relationships, sorry to y'all. It did not work out because I did not want to listen.
Diba?
Exactly.
Right?
And then I was complaining.
It's true, right?
And I was complaining. I'm like, man, I'm single all the time, so I'm just gonna play around. And then I just applied what I learned with these bros, and it's been working out quite well, honestly. It helped me grow.
Thanks for your candor because totoo eh. I mean, my thing is, what you are in your band is normally what you are going to be outside.
Very true.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
LSD. You know what that is?
Lucy?
Last song syndrome.
No, that's
Lucy's Sky Diamonds?
Lead singer disease.
Oh.
Okay. What is that?
Lead singer disease.
Whoa. We
Ano
don't.
yan, ano yan, ano yan?
We don't talk about that. I'm just kidding.
Bruno?
I'm just kidding.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
Lead singer disease. I've seen it so many times among my peers. It's true.
It does happen.
It does happen.
You're probably going to say something about that.
Yeah.
People get the
Jerry.
vocalist treatment.
Henry knows. What say you about lead singer disease?
I don't have any idea what that is, actually.
You haven't seen it with other singers?
I have, but
So you have an idea what it is.
I mean, the feeling hasn't,
Caught up.
occurred to me yet.
What
So
feeling?
whatever that feeling they're feeling at that time when they
But
decide
you felt it, right? You felt being ignored. You guys have felt that from singers at some point. Don't tell me you haven't felt it.
Well,
I'm probably the nicest non-singer that you've ever met. No, just kidding.
In my previous
Mas
band.
mayami yan, may LSD, hindi nga singer.
Can I vouch for that one?
Yeah.
So I feel like he's probably the easiest dude I've ever
Exactly.
worked with. I always seen him as like my non-official kuya. Like actually, he always keeps me in line at a time. Like before, I like to have fun, so I'll be drinking a little too much, and he'll approach me like, "Yo, tama na yan," and I'm like, "Okay."
Just the fact, John, see that he's there and he's seated right there tells you about the non-LSD.
I'm actually trying to I'm trying to see if I've experienced that from my previous band. And I'm just happy to be part of this group because there's like no ego at all. Like we're all just simple guys that want to play music together.
What a blessing.
We just want to be we just want to create music and be happy, I guess.
To that point, there are other bands out there who aren't as equally talented as you guys. Okay? But the ego is right up there. They think that the ego has to be right up there in order to be noticed. And you guys are so self-deprecating, but you guys are that. I was messing with both of you, guitar number 2, other guitar. Okay? And you mentioned that it's a sign of maturity that, you know,
Definitely, yeah.
if we had this conversation in high school, you'd probably say, damn right, you're guitar number 2.
My younger me will make that clear. That's the case.
But now, okay, humility is playing a nice part among you guys. Listening is playing a nice part among you guys. And we already tackled the part that you guys have applied this in real life. Okay? Who's accountable to whom? Does that make sense? Is that the question? Like you and I are friends. So if you mess up, you and Reese are friends. If you mess up, you know that you're gonna hear it from him as a friend, right?
Yes, of course.
As the 5 of you, who's accountable to who? Both of you sing. Is Jerry accountable to you, Henry? Like, hey, you're not doing your parts well. How does it work? You know what I mean?
It does sometimes, but I feel like I hear it from
Everybody.
everyone. Yeah,
It's from everybody. It's
Like John C said, Jerry's kuya, but who's kuya to Jerry?
And then minsan, I mean, sometimes
to each other.
exactly to each other. Sometimes it even
Yes,
even
brothers to each
it's
other.
sometimes what happened is if like for example on the song or on the gig, we even own to our mistakes.
Amen.
Like dude, like screw that up. tangin na mali ako rin sa
Yeah,
nagkamali ako nun. Ganyan.
show, we talk about what we did wrong. And we talked about what we messed up after the show.
Exactly.
And we were like, it's cool, man. We make sure it doesn't happen the next time around, and forget about it. It's not like
We give high fives after
don't
the high
do
fives.
that again.
After the show we give high fives. Oh, we smashed the stage. It's like, dude, I fucked up on that one song.
I guess I'll kind of just come clean to what happened on Friday.
Friday was San Diego.
Yes.
Okay.
Friday was San Diego.
So I love Jonas. He gave me the idea of putting the guitar on my ears
On the
directly. So it's super helpful. So it's connected directly to our effect pedal. So when it's our time to perform, I heard myself in the ears. Plugged up my guitar. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm ready to perform. We performed our 5 or 6 songs.
Plastic sound.
So we rocked it all. And then on the last song, Jonas was like, yo, is your guitar even on?
Oh,
Bro, my standby was on.
oh,
So I was basically dancing on stage.
oh, to yourself, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Akala ko, I thought he was like,
Oh my
because
gosh.
I thought he already knew about it because like 3 songs, I haven't heard anything from him. It was like the songs.
So generous, no?
Oh, the song, so it's like, parang butas yung kanta yung mga kanta namin.
And I
Parang,
was hearing myself clearly in my ear, and I'm like, I fucking sound so awesome right now.
tapos and then I saw him, he was killing it. He's like, feel na niya kanta. Oh no, hindi niya alam walang lumalabas.
Why'd you wait for the
Hindi ko
bell to
alam,
ring?
kasi yung songs namin yung songs kasi namin tuloy-tuloy. So I don't have time to like, oy pare, ganyan tuloy-tuloy kasi we play on a backing track. And then the backing track is like one whole song.
Yes.
So like 6 whole songs. So I cannot say I could just like shout in the middle of like the pre-intro of the song, you know. It's like, Henry, stop it. It's like, hey, John C. Hindi kaya eh. Walang chance eh. Pagkatapos na kata, hey, he couldn't even say the next song. Sometimes he couldn't even say the title of the next song. So, ano ba
That's
na?
all I can say.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're in a strict timeline
That's all I
too.
can say, like the title of the song, and then
Exactly. And then play.
we come in the next one.
Exactly. And then yun sa last song namin, may mga 20 seconds, is mahaba. That's when I came up to him. Was
There's
like,
no start stop on the backing track.
there is, but we try to maximize all of our songs with the given time.
The given timeline.
Wait, is
There's meron pa rin eh. Meron pa
is
rin.
Toggle Switch gonna do a hard stop on you guys? Is that what it
Hindi
is?
naman, we give respect kasi to the other bands or following
You guys are really so.
I think he noticed like towards at the
towards at the end of the second song. Yeah.
He was noticing something was wrong, but he probably thought it was like from the
From the house.
From the house or
From the
whatever.
Because you had your.
I have my ears on myself as well.
So you're
he
not
was
hearing.
dancing
it.
around.
I wasn't
playing the
hearing
guitar.
him. Yeah, he was. I thought he was like, "Fuck it, I'll just play." I'm having trouble, technical difficulties. We have to push through with the song, with the set. But I saw his face. He's like enjoying it. He's not having an issue.
Ano yung term? May bagong term, di ba? Sabi ni Makoy. Vintage standby.
Vintage standby.
Vintage mute.
Okay. All right. But to non-musicians, Jonas was wearing ears, ear monitors. John C was wearing ear monitors. How about you, Meng, Jerry, and Henry? Were you wearing ear monitors?
Earplugs lang. Protection.
Earplugs. How about you, Jerry?
Earplugs.
Use the mic, man.
Earplugs.
Earplugs. Okay.
You double fist it. With
Henry.
Stop it. Hashtag stop it.
Were you wearing monitors?
Yeah, every time I play, I don't hear anyone but the click. So,
That's actually our next project to get our
I don't
own
hear
system,
anything but a click.
the actual system. So right now we're doing our own DIY for now that we could actually hear ourselves like at this point. So, and then after this we're gonna probably do a project
For someone who actually was preaching a while ago about listening, they were only hearing themselves.
some music.
Yes.
Pagdating sa stage.
Sadly, yes.
Pagdating sa stage.
I got burned there, yes. But I guess circling back to your answer earlier. So I really felt bad,
Yeah.
you know, because it was the first show to tour. Now I feel like I was just air guitaring like the entire way with an actual guitar that doesn't sound like anything.
Right.
So I approached them like, hey, I messed up. And then they all just took it like, wow, okay, well, that's a learning experience. And I really felt like I was going to get born a new butthole. Basically, I was ready to just defend myself and just take it. But it was more of like, well, you know what to do next, and and then on Saturday it was awesome.
Based on that experience, because Saturday was awesome, because now the vintage standby wasn't being
Vintage mute.
the vintage
Sinigurado
mute.
namin yung next amp lang standby.
Okay. I mean, tell our audience the feeling of not being pummeled. You know what I mean?
I did
you were
not expect it.
I
I was expecting an earful, but the earful that I receive is more just like, well, it's just an experience. You know what to know. You know what to do. What to do next, and like
What did
learn
that-
from my mistakes.
What did that do to your character?
This episode is brought to you by ABBA e-Services.
It hurt at the beginning because I was more hearing the not hearing part of playing, basically. So my personal self first was kind of like just beating myself up to it because I wasn't paying attention. And then knowing that they still got my back after that entire situation just made me feel very comfortable and happy about it.
How was your playing the following day?
Awesome, to the point where I kind of tweaked my knee.
It was that awesome.
Too much rock.
Too much rock. Too much rock.
Contain the
This
rock.
time I was dancing with the music, and then I felt something in my knee, and I'm like,
MCL, ACL, what was it? What was it?
I
don't know
don't
yet.
know L.
Figure it out.
We don't know
the
yet.
L yet.
Oh Lord.
I don't know the L yet, so.
ikaw naman, Jerry, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at your 4 bandmates and they're having fun.
Yeah.
He likes it.
Do you, which one? Double fist? Do you feed off? Do you give them the energy, or do you feed off their energy, or vice versa? Which is which?
Vice versa. But usually when I'm on the stage, I just black out. Like I'm on my own world. I'm a different person, actually, I guess. Like I just go out there and do my thing, and I see them doing their thing, and we're just having fun on the stage.
How do you connect with people if you're in your own little world? Do you connect with people?
I love connecting with people,
Okay.
especially if they're sending back what I'm giving them. I love doing that because
This is interesting.
sometimes there'd be shows where people would be sitting. It's hard to get them in the moment when they're sitting down compared to when they're standing and right up there on the stage with you. It's more fun that way for me, but I still try to do the same thing when they're sitting down.
Good point,
Yeah.
and something interesting. I'll just point it out. Like Jerry is zoning out the 4 of you, and he's in his own little world, right? But his own little world has the audience in it. And to me, the impression I'm getting, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that you're confident enough that they have your back.
Correct,
yeah.
because I have full trust in them.
That you
That
don't
they
have
will
to
carry.
that
Is it.
Okay.
Nahuli ka, Brad.
And I remind them that every time, every day, before the show, before we go up the stage, I have full confidence on them that they will carry me.
Kayo naman, are you feeding off his energy, or are you giving it to him?
Give it to me.
I'll give it to you. I mean,
I give it to everyone.
I can give it.
Guys, energy.
Stop it.
We're talking about energy,
energy
people.
lang. Energy lang.
Hashtag stop it with the H.
Well, as far as who's grieving, who's the pitcher and who's
Energy,
the receiver?
energy. Be specific.
The energy. Ewan ko paano nga ba yung sagot natin? How would we answer that?
Because we got the part
Yeah,
where
kasi-
him, audience, locked up in his own little world because confident sa apat kayo.
I
But
never thought of it like that.
So like when we perform, I think I like watching everybody when we perform. I do my own thing as well. As you can tell, I like to dance around. And then whenever I look
I know.
at Jonas and Meng, they're basically expressing how much they enjoy the music, and I feed off from all of them. And especially
Pretty
Jerry
much.
when he's just controlling the crowd. I'm just like, this is fucking awesome.
do you find yourself like 5 guys in a club?
Cup.
No, 5 guys, 1 cup.
Oh my God. I
Goodness.
Where is this going? Where is this conversation going?
Alam mo yun, nagtatanong ko siya,
Cancel us. We haven't even released our video yet.
don't you find yourself like being five guys in a club dancing to their own
Club pala. Oh, yes.
music? Parang gano'n ang dating nyo, di ba?
Parang ganun na nga eh. I mean, kasi like, ayan tuloy, ayoko na magsalita kasi kung saan mapupunta.
Si Jerry natatawa. Lea, kunin mo na to.
We all definitely vibe off each other. There are moments throughout the whole set where I can look at each of them, and one of the biggest compliments that we give another musician is the stank face, where she's like, yeah. And at some point in all of those songs, I see all of them give me the stank face, and I'm like, yeah. That's where it goes.
It's like helping the conversation.
Stop it! Stop it!
Okay, kailangan natin iba yan. Kasi kung saan napupunta, bakit ng mga tao, parang saan pupunta yan, all that stuff.
Umagabi na kasi.
So you guys are patient, you guys listen, you guys are in tune with yourselves, you guys really cohesively work. But then again, you guys are also autonomous, meaning you guys do your own thing, but everything that you guys do collectively makes more sense. Kumbaga interdependent kayong lahat sa isa't isa. Would you have it any other way? Tama, pati yung tanong ko po siya mali na rin eh. No? hindi na rin maganda yung bitaw na tanong. Pati ako na nakaka-double.
Ang daming pwedeng puntahan.
Yun na nga eh, di ba?
Because I think what we're doing right now, we're just expressing how much we enjoy what we do. And
be specific, what do you do?
so we love what we were doing. So playing the music that we played and sharing it to the crowd. And I feel like if we, if we show how much we enjoy it, the crowd's gonna feel it. And if they feel it, I feel like we did a good job, and then we're just gonna get that in return. And
Right now, yung formula na kung anong meron kami is what works. It's what's working.
Seems to be working.
It's
Pero
what's
si
working.
Jerry made the point a while ago na pag nakaupo yung tao, that seems to be his kryptonite pag nakaupo yung tao.
Hirap kasi
How do you guys deal with that?
I
we'll
mean,
still have fun.
we still have fun. I mean, ang part namin sa stage is our part. If we're on the stage, we have to rock it, regardless of what the reaction of the audience would be. 1 person, 10,000 person, I wish, I hope, 10,000 people, we will stay the same amount level of rock and roll that we can give. Yun ang gawin.
You'll still see me out there twirling, jumping, trying to get
We'll still
the
spin
crowd, going, even if they're sitting down.
around.
It's up to them if they want to join me.
Correct.
That's it. Yeah.
Pero given nga talaga ang hirap, medyo may there's a little bit of hardship to get their attention and pull them. And kasi hindi mo nakita yung reaction nila kung gusto ba nila kami, or do they really they don't want us, they don't like us, or next band please, or something like that. Kasi they're just sitting, they're just chilling, eating their lumpia or pancit with it.
Especially din, we play 95% original songs. So, ang hirap minsan, challenging sa amin pag yung nag-cover ka ng famous song, yung crowd talagang into it talaga kaagad. Whereas kami, when we play our original songs, parang yung blank looks minsan. So, extra rock out pa para ma-engage yung tao. So, parang challenging.
Good point yung sinasabi ni Meng, ha? Because ang point ko, if you're playing original songs, could it be that you're playing your original songs to the wrong crowd pag hindi sila nagre-react? What say you guys?
Ako, for me, yung challenge yun eh. Kasi kung challenge na kahit na parang sacrifice na eh, dahil alam mo na given na magra-rock out sila if we play a famous song.
No, hindi tayo pupunta ron. Let's pretend that 100% original. Diba? Now, ang tanong is, ano ba because I heard the songs kanina sa Spotify. Pinakinggan ko lang just to prep, right? And sabi ko, ang ganda ng mga kanta na to. Like, if I was watching your concert, I'd be having fun. Ang tanong dito, are you presenting the concert, your concert, to people like me who want to have fun with music like what you have?
Yes. Whenever we step on the stage, it's always the mindset is always this is our show.
But is it the right audience?
I mean,
it's hard to pick and choose who you are the audience is.
Why? Ito we're really having a conversation.
It's really hard to, especially kasi we're a self-made band.
Which
we
means?
we are a DIY band, and then we won't play unless we work hard for it. And then most of the time, our opportunity to play in big events are yung mga openings. We do mostly openings, and then we cannot choose who's gonna watch us because they went there to watch the main gig, which sometimes it's not aligned with our music. But then especially then we decide basta play na lang tayo. We just bring it out. So and then regardless of if they're gonna like us or not, katulad sabi ko, isang tao or 10,000 people, we would still rock the place. I mean, even though na mahirap talaga ganyan na kasi we just want to bring our material out. We want people to listen to us. Sabihin natin, there's like 500 people there. At least naman, hopefully, there's one person that will listen to us and like us.
Itong one person na to, good point si Jonas. This one person, do you actually get an email address or a social media handle of this one person in the audience, if there is just one person?
Yes, which is why we stressed the hashtag. So we had I think it was a banger of a set last night.
I heard.
And we introed with these giant balloons, and we hashtagged our band name so that when people come, gotta make sure, remind them, if you're recording, taking pictures of tonight, make sure you hashtag it.
Because to Jonas's point, you guys are a DIY, but no one's gonna do this for you, right? So are you guys cognitive that aside from playing your instruments, like to Henry's point, you guys have to really push the hashtag?
Yeah. So me and Leah, we do the social media
Nice.
for the most part. So I had a very interesting interaction yesterday with one of the crowds, right? So at the end of the show, it was great times. I was hanging out on the merch table, and we had a few fans that just came in. And I'm just so new to just having a bigger crowd, and they shook our hands, and nagigil sila. And I'm kind of like...
Sa'yo lang. Sa'yo lang.
And then to the point where after shaking their hand, they were like super ecstatic. And here I'm just like, is this for me? So I was just kind of just... That was the real part of that one.
Katabi kami. It was him and me right beside him.
Siya lang ang
And then like, so that's
Did
the
you
real
introduce your bandmates?
Of course. So the one they're like, hey,
Good
saan
job.
yung ibang bandmates mo? And then they're scooting out. I'm like, no, come in here. So it's a unit. So I want to have them over, right? And then when I was looking at the Instagram, Jonas actually at the end of the set threw his guitar pick on the crowd. And one dude, that one guy,
Exactly.
actually posted on his Instagram that pic. And I saw it, and I just reposted it as a story.
Good job.
And that dude reposted it again with the hearts, like he's basically like starstruck and just super happy.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like that.
You got heart, Jonas.
So
Siyempre.
I just feel like if you acknowledge that one person can organically make us grow. It's just an additional roots, and then their friends be like, who the F is this band? I mean, who the fuck is this band? And I'm like, oh, it's Cimonti. You should check him out. I'm like, all right. And then that roots can either grow or grow to that another one person, and then it's just going to be contagious. And we would love to be as contagious as COVID when it comes to like our music. But like, too soon?
Especially, I wanted to bring it back to the serious part, but
Cimonti. I mean, we start with C, right? So
especially on an area that we are not familiar of. Like this is the first time, like as a band coming out to the West Coast, and then we worked hard on putting out ideas na how they can react to us or how can they know us. So, I mean, naisip ko yun, dami kong pick sa bulsa ko.
Which is good.
Bato.
yeah.
Is there a hashtag on your pick?
Yung name namin so far nandun. Kasi
Nice.
name namin sa pick nandun.
That's so nice. Pero to your point, to John C's point, ang ganda nga because that one person lang, si Jerry na nagsabi
Ako
kanina.
na-surprise ako nung siya pinakita niya sa akin. I was like, look, thanks kuya.
Thanks, kuya.
And all you need to do is duplicate that, right? Duplicate that so 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8.
And to the point where everybody that started following us, I followed them back. And then they started commenting like, great job, thank you for last night. And I think Leah pinned that comment. And
Nice.
it's like, because we felt extra thankful that you decided to listen to us. Like, we worked so hard to the point where just the fact that you felt thankful, I'm like, no, we should be freaking thankful. Yeah, yes. We worked a lot.
These little things, Jonesy, these little things, when you see them out in the ether, na talagang people are taking it to a level that you have no control of. Is it meta when is it like, wow, this was just simply the 5 of us. And now someone out there is actually putting it out there for us.
So we're huge fans of what you call jersey swaps. So at the end of the show,
Oh, yeah.
we'll approach a band and say, "Hey, I love that shirt. You want a jersey swap?" And we'll swap shirts or hoodies. And it's actually come to this point right here today where we're doing this interview and you have the hoodie on right now. Exactly.
You know, wear it kahit wala kayo. Even if you guys aren't here, I'll still wear it.
I love it.
Appreciate that.
I guess I'll give you an explanation that logo. It's actually our band name.
Yeah.
So just like all
You see
the letters are.
This is how I used to sign my checks. P over A over C over O.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then a star after that. And then I stopped because it was easily forgeable. But yeah, I picked up on it already. I was like, smart.
And also, like, there's a peace sign on
It
that
looks
one.
like, yeah.
So we would, I guess, what's another way visually when you say play on words, but like play on image, I guess?
Who created it?
I did.
John Box.
I did, yes.
So do you etch this on your desk too?
I have for a long time until I got an iPad, and then I just had to like graphically design it. And actually, as I was working on it, I had a template, sent it to do that to them. I'm like, what does it look like? At first, it looked like a champion logo, and I'm like, all right, we gotta cancel that. And then we just had to like redo it until we find the right one. And I want everybody to like what I do. I mean, collectively, we're a band. We gotta like the things that we're gonna present to the world, you know. So, not because I like it, y'all have to deal with this logo kind of situation. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Nice, no rejection. How do you guys?
A lot of camaraderie happens in what we do.
Pero rejection. How do you guys
Rejections?
deal with it?
Well, we talk about it. If it really doesn't fit, then it won't fit.
Most likely, I mean,
We put
most
it in
of the
the
time
back.
it's constructive too.
Yeah, tsaka we put it in the back burner. Like I said,
That's among yourselves, right?
Yeah.
Rejection among
Yeah,
yourselves.
yeah.
Rejection from an outside source. How do you guys deal with that?
Hindi, lahat ng tao
I just
gusto
think
kami.
you can't please everyone.
For me, I'd like to hear negative. I like to hear negative feedback kasi yun yung totoo eh. Hindi naman niya sasabihin sa yung negative if gusto ka niya lang saktan. Parang weird eh, 'di ba? Parang mas maniniwala pa ako dun. I mean, hindi naman sa mas maniniwala. I appreciate more yung negative feedback kasi mas constructive for us than yung typical lang na nice job pare. Yeah, yung,
Si Meng noon, nakaka-impress sumagot.
Paminsan-minsan lang. Diba?
Aha, pero para
Meng talks.
He's the brains.
Yeah.
Jerry,
Meng is the
Yeah.
brains.
rejection. Because frontman, di ba? Kumbaga wala kang wala kang plexiglass eh.
Yeah.
Ang rejection mo is, kita mo na kagad.
Yeah.
Henry can hide behind you and
Yeah.
not see the rejection going on if there is any. You guys can turn your back, all 3 of you. But you have to face it.
I think what helped me with rejection is because when I said earlier na when I get up on the stage, it's a different person, it's a different me. I guess that person takes all of the rejection, and then when I step off the stage, I don't know what happened. What rejection?
And what if the rejection comes off stage?
Off stage. Luckily there haven't been any rejection so far.
Galing.
I guess
But are you ready for it? Like
we're
what
ready
Meng
for
said.
it. I mean, we are looking for constructive.
Because totoo nga yung sinabi ni Meng. That's how you sharpen.
Yeah.
That's how you mold.
Yeah. Diba? Parang ganon. What's your take, Henry, with regard to rejection?
We all take it well. Rejection is constructive. I think we all take it differently, but ultimately it makes us better. We have signed a sixth person, Batas, to help us out, and that kind of rejection is appreciated. We need that. We need that outside perspective. That's the only way we can grow, I think.
Actually, our biggest critic, the person I trust fully when it comes to what happens during a set, is my wife, Leia.
Yeah.
I always ask her about. I always ask her about the what happened that was wrong.
How
in the
was it?
set,
How was that
and
night?
What
How was
we
it?
could do the next time around. She does. She's
she's brutal too.
That, yeah.
She's brutal. To all of you.
She
To all
would-
of you.
yeah.
Kasi we've been together.
We need
then-
honesty. Yeah.
Right.
Like Lea this has been with us for a while na rin eh. So
Yeah.
and she knows us personally.
Yeah.
And then, oy, loko ka, mali yung ginawa mo. Ganun.
This episode is brought to you by Leo Bato and Associates, ang realtor na patok.
So no, kumbaga Leia, hindi sila napipikon. Hindi sila napipikon sa'yo?
No.
Okay.
According to John C., I'm the voice of reason.
Oh.
Can I say? So yesterday, Lek was like, "Ang weird ng gitara mo."
Oh, kung kailan tumunog, ang weird ng gitara mo.
So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I thought it. I don't think I can really say was I was using a different amp as a touring musician. I guess we just have to make do with what we have.
Right.
So I was just like, I don't know really. I don't really know what to tell you. So, oops, right? And then later in
Wait,
conversation,
hold on. Ang weird ng gitara mo.
Weird
And you're-
ng tone.
Ng tone ng gitara mo, and you're like, I don't know how to respond, and so oops. But that's you describing it to me, right? But what were you feeling when she said that?
I was
Because
puzzled.
but she said that like zoom.
So I was a little puzzled, and I was trying to figure it out. And then a couple hours
You didn't
later,
get butthurt at that. It's a be honest.
a little bit, because I wanted to sound great, but I wanted to hear it at the same time.
Especially coming from no sound the previous night, right?
From no sound to something that sounds weird, right? So, and then I was on to Henry. And then I was on to Henry about a completely different thing, and I was telling Henry like, oh, when we had the balloons, I guess I was just messing around and not playing at certain parts. And Leo was like, oh, that's why you sound weird, because you're not playing it correctly. You're like stopping playing and kicking the balloons. And I'm like, yes. So, so I was busy trying to entertain the crowd.
Isn't it so weird? You had no sound. You didn't hear anything from them.
That was also a curious thing. Usually somebody will be like, yo, sing gitara mo, but di tumutnog.
Right?
Nobody said anything.
Following day, you had sound, but you weren't giving them the right sound, and you heard it from them.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it that? You following me, right? No sound, no comment. It's okay. Tomorrow is another day. The following day, wrong sound, wrong riff or whatever. Then you hear it from them. Does that mean less talk, less mistake?
But I want to talk.
Pero diba, pero Leia, off mic, shout out to you, Leia, wife ni Jerry. No sound. Did you notice him without any sound during the first gig?
No, I'm not musically inclined.
But you know when it's right or when it's wrong.
Yeah, because I'm always with them.
Yes.
She hears our music all the time, and when she hears something, she hears our music all the time because she's always at the practice, and she knows our set. So when she hears something that's out of normal, out of ordinary,
Something different.
she would say something like, "That's different." When she said, "Your guitar sounds weird," it doesn't mean it's weird. It's more like, that is not normal. That's what. Yeah.
That's being nice, huh? Because the right word is that's not right.
No, because she doesn't know how to put it into musical
Musical terms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I would describe it.
How does it feel having a wife who's supportive as your wife?
I'm the luckiest man in the whole universe. Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Nga pala.
Happy Mother's
to our-
Day.
to our wives and everybody.
Jerry,
Yes.
advice to aspiring singers, whether they're in a cover band, an original band, whether they're a solo singer. What can you advise them?
Just
People watching right now.
I guess just be humble. You know, keep working hard because it doesn't get any easier. I mean, you always have to push yourself to the next level. You know, when you achieve something, you have to focus on the next step and just be humble, and take care of the people that look after you.
Henry, what can you say about a person listening who wants to be a singer?
Someone who wants to be a singer. Criticism, all kinds. Take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes it's actually very, very helpful. Back to Jerry's point, it's good to be humbled about that. You may not like the feedback you're getting, but someone else may have that same perspective, and that's okay.
Because you've been a singer, remember?
Yes.
And now you're a drummer.
Yes.
So to Jerry's point, the humility part.
It's good. Be honest. Be honest. You have to be honest with yourself, because that's the only way you can convey that deep passion in your heart. If you're just doing it and you're not being true to yourself, other people are going to start to notice that too.
Authenticity.
Yeah, you're
Being
playing
authentic.
yourself. Yeah.
Would-be guitar players.
I mean,
Is it about the gear?
no. I mean, sometimes kasi it gives you confidence. You spend that much money and then
he just wants another guitar. That's what it is.
you spend that much money and then you just don't play as good. So I mean, as far as would-be guitar play for would-be guitar
Would-be
players,
musicians.
you'd
Yun na
be,
lang.
I mean,
Kasi, I'll give context. You guys are laughing right now. You guys are trying, we're having this nice conversation. But if I give you a guitar, if I give you a bass guitar, if I give you a guitar, if I make you sing, if I make you play drums, you guys can kick ass. Ibig sabihin, you guys did your homework. You guys know what you're doing. You guys are not pretentious. You guys have the chops. It's easy to talk now because you had that. But the aspiring musician who doesn't have anything except this conversation that we're having, what do they need to do to get off the fence?
mahirap na tanong.
English kasi.
World peace.
Oh, next.
I can. Sa mga aspiring musician, if you're gonna join a band, you have to be all in. Kasi you're gonna be wasting other people's time, and you have to respect everyone's
Yun din
time.
sinasabihin ko yung naunahan niya.
Stop it, Jonas.
Don't make me cry.
Galing, Meng. Galing.
So I'm actually a music teacher too. I teach guitar on the side. So I have a lot of students that be like, I want to be a rock star, and I just tell them like, cool. Can you play me a song? And I'm like, it's hard, man. Like, I just need to practice. I'm like, okay, let's work on this one song. I'll see you next week. They don't practice, and I was like, so what happened to your rock star dream? And then they're like, oh, I just got busy and I just didn't have time to do it. I'm like, all right, cool, let's work on it. And then as they're working on it, they get frustrated, and then I hear the most common thing, I suck, man. Or the most common thing, my fingers are so small. And I'm not the biggest dude. And I give them my hand. I just tell them like, yo, look at this hand. The reason why I'm where I'm at today, because I really wanted it.
Right.
I really wanted to be great at what I do. I'm not a shredder, but the thing is, I've learned where I'm good at and excelled at that one specific spot. And I tell my students like, yo, if you're gonna learn something, just know that you're gonna suck for 2 straight months until you break off that shell. Because you just gotta.
Is that true?
Yes, I mean, yun yung
Because you're learning.
humil sa'yo, eh.
You're learning. You're gonna working on a transition from a G chord to a C and then an F.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's not the easiest thing. Your muscle memory and your dedication needs to just get on it. And then they're like, it hurts my fingers. And then why did you tell me you want to be a rock star? You're gonna have to do that. So
I think it's dedication din eh. If kahit there's people na give them anything. If they're not dedicated to it, if they don't really want to learn, nothing's gonna happen. And if you really, really do want it, practice.
Yeah.
Be passionate about it. It's the passion that like all of us are here because of our passion.
Oo nga eh.
All of us are here because of our passion, and then we, with that passion, we want to dedicate our time on it. Everybody puts their own time and stuff. So, sorry if it's gonna come back to me. If I want to tell the person who wants to learn guitar, is like, do you really want to play it? Because if you have second thoughts or anything, second thoughts you can still save them. Pero kung talagang wala kang interest or I want to play guitar because I want to be famous, like you just said, it's like I want to be a rock star. Mahirap yun eh. It's hard work. It's a lot of work.
it is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Pero you have to be dedicated. So first learn how to play G or D or whatever, or in anything that you want to do. Like if you want to be a famous painter, draw something first.
Right.
And then you see if it's if you're going to become passionate about it. So that's when it falls in. Are you passionate about it? Are you willing to put your time on it? Are you willing to be dedicated on it? And then that's when we can start push it.
You want to add to that?
Yeah, so this is actually a shout out to our very first band, our metal band. We had a song called No Practice, No Perfection, and it is about this that we're talking about here because we struggled for so long at changing chords or learning fills or singing the right notes, and the only way we can get to that point that we want
It's practice.
time. You need to put the time in. You got to put the time in.
It's like it's kind of ironic and weird to see my students that don't practice and expect results. And I tell them like, hey, like who's your idol guitar? And then they'll tell me who they want. So I'll just say, I want to be like Slash or Jimi Hendrix. And I'm like, cool. You listen to their 45-minute record, but guess how much time they put in just learning that one song and perfecting it, so they can make said 3-minute song that probably took them years just
Decades.
to be satisfied with that said 3 minutes, and then you expect to just be good at it in like 2 weeks. And it blows. I mean, there's some prodigies out there. I do have some students that because they really want it, you know.
Right.
But
But for the majority,
they're just like, it's so hard. I got no time. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm glad that you're sitting with me to teach you music, but at the same time, like, I don't understand why you're complaining. Like, are you my therapy session kind of situation? This is like,
It's like going to the gym.
yeah, you put time
you're not
to
gonna
it.
see results if you don't put the time.
Exactly. So, to me, if you really want it, you're gonna put time to it, and if it's that important, you will find time. And I stress that to my students. I'm like, you're so good at it. I mean, they tell me like, you're so good at it. You're teaching. I'm like, yeah, I practice like once a day, almost every day. I just noodle. I just do chromatic 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1. It doesn't matter. I'm just noodling. I'm not playing a song. I'm just making sure my fingers are nimble. That's my take on that. But yeah.
what say you?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I said earlier, like dedication. If you have dedication on yun yung sinabi. If you want to put like time and everything, so yun. Yung lahat na sinabi na I support that.
So we've been basically living together for the past 4 days now.
How
and
is it?
They've been noticing our routines, and I think y'all already see what I do first thing in the morning. I mean, I tried to do yoga, but I can't do yoga. I didn't do yoga this morning, but I still noodled my guitar. Like that, I wasn't even practicing. I was just making sure I play. Thank you, Leia, for telling me to elevate my leg.
Yeah.
And then
Elevate the beat.
elevate the feet.
Elevate the
and make
feet para
the
walang
blood-
maga. Yeah.
So I was my feet was elevated, and I wasn't even playing the songs because my brain was here, and I was just basically just noodling, and because I just want to be nimble. That's just my way on things, and if I have to rehearse, then I'll rehearse. But this morning my mindset was somewhere else. But I want to make sure,
Jerry,
Yes, sir.
you want to add to that?
Oh, I was gonna
Load,
say what
load.
he said. What I was gonna say.
About practice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Living with them for a few days now. Jerry in the morning, all the mornings, Jerry was warming up his voice.
Doing the vocalization.
They have the show now.
And he was playing guitar and I was playing bass, but we weren't talking to each other. Sa sala lang.
Yeah, we're just.
And then Jonas also was playing walang usap-usap. And Henry, because he's the drummer, he went jogging.
For stamina. Yeah, for stamina.
Yeah, exactly.
For
Right?
stamina. Yeah.
That was so everyone was preparing for the show.
Ming, how did I do my thing again?
It was
Spot on rendition right there. That's a good cover. That's a good cover.
It's cool. I like it.
Yes.
parang pusa na na-possess eh.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Jonas, ang reason kung bakit ka nandyan sa upuan na yan
Oo nga eh.
is because I met you first before meeting the four guys. Okay? And ikaw, you're close to my heart.
Oh, salamat.
Okay? I just want you to know that.
Mhm.
Okay? Ano masasabi mo sa mga kabanda mo?
Mga ano to eh, mga... Then, I mean, we've
Seriously,
been seriously, I've been with them for so many years, especially with most of them. And I mean, si John C and Henry, they used to be like the little brothers back then. So we don't really hang with them back when we were with other bands. But with Jerry and Romel, we've been together for quite a while. We drink a lot together, and then these are my brothers, man. We spend so many times every Friday. Oh my gosh, I drive 40 minutes to the Fridays. Like when we started it again, the dedication. Before we started this, we every Friday. Kasi sabihin na sa mga SO natin, sa mga significant others natin, shout out, mahal.
Love you, Mary.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody, to my wife and everything. So, thanks for the support. I mean, napayagan tayo. I mean, mahirap magpaalam ng ganun.
Yeah.
Mahal, every Friday, we're gonna have a practice. So, and then, kailangan pagdating doon, kompleto na ganyan. And then, I respect that kasi I don't want to come to the practice na walang dalang bala, that doesn't have anything on hand. So I practice even before Friday. I'll be practicing to come to the Friday practice. So we have very little amount of time to practice. So, I mean, as far as these guys, what can I say to you guys? I mean, I love these boys. I mean, kahit medyo minsan, matitigas din na ulo ko.
Matitigas ang ulo mo? Ilang ulo mo?
Dalawa. I mean, these guys are my brothers.
Sorry, I set that up.
We've been together for so long, and I mean, what more can I expect from them? Hopefully.
How proud are you of them?
I mean, I'm very proud of them. I mean, Henry's been together with us for a long
Couple months.
couple months. Oh my goodness! And then
Halloween.
I feel like he's been together with us for quite a while. I mean, I don't know. I mean, mahirap sabihin eh.
How did you really feel when McCoy left? Tell us about it.
Oh, I got hurt. Kasi
Here comes the dirt.
Yan na.
Here comes the dirt.
Sasalita na.
Makoy, halika nga rito. Diyos ko. Makoy, halika rito. Kandong.
Si Jonas lang.
Nice, Makoy. By the way, this is our friend Makoy Manuel. He became our drummer. The sixth member. So seventh, actually. Seventh. Yeah. We have so many members. We treat each other
We have a
brothers.
team.
We have a team. Brothers and sisters with Leia and our wives.
Simon.
Ito si Makoy. He was became our mentor pretty much.
Yeah.
After leaving.
No. Well, I mean before when he joined our band. Kasi this guy he's on. I don't know. I don't want to say for another level, but
He has the X.
he's a very good guy. He's
He has the X factor.
I mean, on my perspective, I learned kung paano maging seryoso sa banda, parang ganun.
Commitment. Professionalism.
I learned professionalism from him na siya lang yung before mag-happen sa stage, kailangan he's on his little zone doing his
Rudiments.
rudiments and everything.
Warm-ups.
Warm-ups. So,
Why'd you leave, McCoy?
Nag-expire na kasi yung visa ko basically. So I had to go home walang choice. Yun lang talaga yung reason.
Was it hard to say goodbye to the band? Was it a permanent? No, was it a permanent goodbye to the band or?
May pag-permanent na din. Kumbaga, wala na din man akong plans na magstay ng time na yun eh. Uwi na din talaga ako and may work naman kasi ako sa Philippines. Kaya,
Anong ginagawa mo ngayon sa Philippines?
I'm a full-time sound engineer sa for Tower of Doom.
Tower of Doom, shout out. Shout out Tower of Doom.
So ano feeling na nagkita-kita ulit kayo?
Saya.
Oo, sobrang saya.
Long lost brand. Long lost buddy, man. We miss this guy.
Parang last week lang eh. Yung last kami nakita-kita.
Nag-jam ka ba with the guys?
Hindi pa so far, pero
Next week.
soon. Yeah, next week.
Virginia.
This episode is brought to you by ABBA e-Services.
Or next week, I think.
Next week.
Henry, how does it feel to actually be with McCoy, knowing full well that he was part of the founding members of the band?
It is intimidating as fuck. He is good. He is good at what he does. Let me tell you, he has the X factor, and I am excited to learn from him. I've seen his stuff, and when I first met him years ago at Rameau's basement, I remember watching him like, wow, like jaw to the floor. This guy is really, really good. He's got the stuff.
McCoy, if you have notoriety behind the kit, why didn't you pursue a career in drumming? Bakit ka nag full-time sound engineer?
I wanted to, pero I guess mas yung calling ko mas naging sa sound production later in my life eh. So yun, nag-go with the flow lang ako and wala naman ang pagsisisi.
Yun nga eh, sasabihin ko, so mas happy ka, in other words, mas may contentment.
Yeah.
Galing.
Okay pa din mag-drums, gusto ko pa rin magkabanda. Pero ayun, in the future siguro pag nagka-chance ulit, pag nagka-opportunity.
Everything that you hear on Spotify, the help of this guy right here.
He mixes all our songs.
Up to now.
He mixed and mastered.
All our songs.
Ganda.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Ano
He's
pa rin,
really good.
involved pa rin ako. Kahit nasa Pilipinas na ako. So,
So involved pa rin siya, nagtatampo ka pa rin, di na?
Hindi man ako nagtampo talaga eh. Ano lang yan. Namiss ko lang siya.
ako nagtatampo ako, hindi niya sinabi sa akin yung sinabi niya kay Henry. Yung first few months pa lang, parang tagal na nating.
Hindi wala ka pa sa usapan, ayaw mo pumunta siya.
Hindi naman niya sinabi sa akin yun eh, nung first few months ko sa akin.
Bigla mo kasi kaming iniwan.
Tama na yan, lumalabas na oh. Hindi! Yun ang sinabi mo sa akin eh.
Oo, ano sabi ko sa'yo?
Bigla kasi kami iniwan ng drummer namin.
Sige.
Jonas,
Yes.
last question. Would you have it any other way?
No. As far as Cimonti, no. I mean, this is like I said earlier, the formula works. I'm happy. Everybody's happy. We're rocking on stage. We rocked it last night. And again, I'll do it all over again and again. I'm having fun. That's what I'm having fun with my brothers.
Kung papayagan.
Payagan naman tayo. Kaya nandito tayo. I mean, I'm happy. We're here. Yes, I wouldn't have it any other ways. With the let's say with the mistakes and then with how we've been handling it. I mean, like I said, I'm happy with it. We'll go with whatever gets presented in front of us.
The team has grown. That's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cimonti.
Salamat.
Thank you, Meng. Thank you, John C. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, McCoy. Thank you, Jonas.
Salamat.
Toggle switch, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Please, Paco switch.
Don't forget to like, subscribe. Lalagyan natin lahat ng information sa description para masundan nyo sila.